Well, over at the Honda Classic last week, we saw Sepp Straka with the win, and now, though, I mean, that was weaker competition. No disrespect intended to him, but it was a lighter field. The big boys are back for the Arnold Palmer Invitational at Bay Hill. Adam Kaufman, Jason Sobel, of course, from the Action Network, and it's not just the big boys that are back, Jason. I mean, you were here with us last week, but you are there physically at Bay Hill this time around. How's it looking?
Yeah, the inside of the media tent looks terrific. I got here about 6 minutes ago. So I've done this for a long time, Adam, and there have been many, many times when literally you step foot on the tournament site and someone says, "Oh, how is it? What are the players talking about? What's going on at the course so far?" I can tell you that I've literally been here for 6 minutes and I have absolutely no idea yet, but I'm going to find it out as soon as we finish this up.
So no review of the spread at the media tent or anything like that.
Haven't even gotten there yet. I want to speak with you before I even had a snack in the media tent. I mean, that is some dedication right there.
Deadlines are everything. Let's talk about Arnold Palmer, though, and not the man, not the drink, but of course the tournament that you got going on here that you're waiting for. Of course, the world's number one, Jon Rahm. He is back in the event. He is the favorite on the DraftKings Sportsbook, but
Sure.
behind him and pretty closely, you've got some bigger names that we're used to talking about, whether it's Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler. You have Victor Hovland there as well. All of them plus 1,800 or better. So who do you like among this group?
Yeah, so look, Jon Rahm's going to be the favorite anytime Jon Rahm tees it up right now. He's the best player in the world. He should be in that role. That said, the differential isn't much between him and Rory McIlroy this week, and there's good reason for it. I wouldn't be surprised, Adam, if by the time they teed up Thursday morning, that differential is narrowed even more because Jon Rahm's making his first start here this week. There's some reason to think that he's essentially using this as a little bit of a prep week to get ready for next week's Players' Championship. And so I wouldn't expect a whole lot. The fact that he's never played here. Rory McIlroy, conversely, won here back in 2018. He's never missed the cut. 6 of his 7 starts have been 11th or better. Absolutely loves this golf course, loves this event. He had ties to Arnold Palmer when Arnold was still alive. And so Rory, this one means a lot to him. So if I'm just taking one player for the top of the board and odds or no odds, I mean, I'm looking at Rory over Rahm this week in a big way.
So moving off of the favorites onto the next grouping, you have a couple of past winners at this tournament, Mark Leishman, Tyrell Hatton as well. They're in the, let's call it the 20-1 range. Who do you like from that tier?
Yeah, so I'm looking at Will Zalatoris. This is a golf course where ball striking means everything. You've got to drive it well. You've got to hit your irons well. Putting is neutralized essentially on the greens just a little bit. I went back and looked at the putting stats of the players that were in contention last year, and quite frankly, there were only 2 of them that ranked inside the top 10 for the week. Even Bryson DeChambeau, who won, was outside the top 20. So you don't need to putt really well as long as you hit the ball really well at this golf course. And I do think that Will Zalatoris is primed for a big week. Look, 4 of the last 5 winners on the PGA Tour have been first-time winners. Last year in 2021, starting in January, it took 25 events to get to 4 first-timers. I don't know if it's a trend. It's probably more of a coincidence, but I do think at least the coincidence can continue this week. I do like Zalatoris a lot.
Who are you going to fade this week?
It's a great question. Bryson was on my list coming off an injury and the fact that he's only played twice previously in this entire PGA Tour season, not just this year. Bryson out of the field, a withdrawal on Monday, still feels like he needs to get that wrist and the hip to 100% before he starts playing again. I don't feel great about it. Sung-jae, Adam, has a couple of third-place finishes and a 21st in 3 starts here. A really strong record, but coming off a missed cut last week at the Honda Classic, and I just feel like his number is too low. He's 22-1. Just talked about all those guys. Leishman's got good history here. Jason Kokrak has really good history. Will Zalatoris I like a lot, a great ball striker. And so you look at Sung-jae with shorter odds than any of those players. He's, I believe, still at 22-1 in the DraftKings Sportsbook. He's a guy that I don't mind this week. I just don't want to chase at that number.
How about some golfers that you're looking at as some potential long shot bets here on the DK Sportsbook? Who stands out?
There are a bunch of them this week, and I'll start it out with, again, chasing some course history here. Keegan Bradley has made the cut 9 straight years, has a couple of top 5 finishes, loves this event. Again, when we look at players who are really good tee to green and tend to struggle with the flat stick in their hands, he might be right at the top of that list. But again, Putting neutralized a little bit this week, and I do think that Keegan Bradley, who opened at 130-1, that's a huge number for Keegan Bradley this week. I like him. Dylan Fratelli coming off a nice week last week. I think that's a good play. Carlos Ortiz, maybe not quite as much of a long shot, a sleeper play, but I know there's some people out there that have been on Carlos Ortiz lately. I like him as well.
So you're a winner being at this tournament as I sit here in my basement, but who's going to win on the course this week?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the guy I just told you about for a few minutes, Will Zalatoris. I'm hoping that whether it's a trend or a coincidence, I'm hoping whatever it is can continue to a fifth first-time winner in the last 6 weeks. Look, we all know Zalatoris is a world-class player. We all know he's going to win at some point. Lost in the playoff just last month at Torrey Pines. I do think that he is going to bounce back. I think it's coming very soon. He was 10th place here in his first start at the API last year. He's been 2nd, 6th, and 26th in his 3 starts so far this year. The convergence is coming. He's going to win at some point. I like it this week.
All right, Jason Sobel, Action Network. Have fun at Bay Hill, my friend. We'll talk to you again next week.
I'll do my best. Thanks, Adam.